back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brookelynne. I'm currently in my first year of teaching first grade in Middle Tennessee, and this channel has kind of grown a lot in the past few months since I started vlogging while I was teaching. Before that, I've substituted, I've taught other grades. I've also worked at Disney World for a while, and I've vlogged all that and also vlogged like my online college experience and everything. But I thought since I've had so many new people this semester, I would go ahead and do another Q&A since I haven't done one in I think it's been a year almost. I'll link that one down below. But I wanted to just kind of see if you guys had any questions for me and kind of just tell you what this channel is all about if you're new here. So let's get into it. So a few people commented on my last few videos whenever I asked for questions, and then I posted a post on my channel page, and only one person commented a question on that, but that's okay. I had like 10 or 15 questions from you guys, and then I had a few that I thought you might just be interested in. So I'm gonna go ahead, I have them on my laptop with my answers and everything, so that way I don't forget what I'm doing. But let's go ahead and start off with our first question. It was, how old are you? I am 22, which is, I know, a little young to have like the teaching experience that I have, but I graduated early. I went to Western Governors University online, and I graduated in 6 months with my bachelor's in educational studies with a focus in elementary education. So the first class I taught that wasn't like daycare or like preschool based was 3rd grade, and I taught it when I was 20, I think. Well, I think 21. I just turned 21 like 2 weeks before I got that job, so was barely 21 when I started teaching. When I taught kindergarten, I was also 21, and then and 22 because I like turned 22 while I was working there, and then this semester I'm 22. So yeah, 22 is how old I am now. And I feel like I have a lot of experience for being 22. I've lived a lot of lives in those 22 years. I'm a little indecisive when it comes to what I want to do. I just don't know, so I'm kind of just trying a bunch of things out and seeing what works. But you know what? We're on a journey, so. But yeah, 22 is how old I am. That was a very long answer for a very short question. But the next question was, is this your first year of teaching? No, this is not. Like I just said, this is my 3rd time teaching like public elementary school. I have taught at a preschool / daycare. I taught the tutoring class, which was 2.5-year-olds to 3-year-olds. And then I've taught 3rd grade in a public school, kindergarten, and now 1st grade. So the 3rd grade and kindergarten ones were interim positions where a teacher was sick or left early in the year, so I came in and took over. This is my first like full year of teaching like a class that's actually mine that I came in and started the year with. So it's my first year of being like these students' teacher that's like their teacher at the beginning of the year, but it's definitely not my first rodeo with teaching. I substituted last fall and last spring in between jobs, so yeah, definitely not my first time teaching. The 3rd question was, what grade do you currently teach? I currently teach 1st grade at a public elementary school. So yeah, the kids are like 6 and 7 is like the age range. I have 1 or 2 8-year-olds, but usually they're around like the 6 or 7-year-old age. So number 4, have I started my classroom pet journal? So if you don't know what this is, I had a short I made where I showed you guys this little Nuimo from Disney World. I'll get it really quickly. So it's this little Winnie the Pooh figurine, like little stuffed animal. His hands are magnetic. He like stands, he sits, he's like very cute. He has like little clothes that you can change him into and stuff that you can buy, but I bought him when I was in Disney World last time, and he was gonna be like my classroom pet because when I was in 1st grade, our teacher had this stuffed animal. I think it was like a husky or something, and it was our classroom pet, and every week a new student got assigned to take it home for the weekend, and you like took care of it and took it on an adventure with you, or if you were just doing regular life, you just like hung out with it at your house, and then you wrote like a little paragraph and drew a picture of it, and then on Monday you presented it to the class, kind of like show and tell. Well, I was gonna start that because I was like, oh, I did that in 1st grade. I would love to do that with my 1st graders. And then I got to know my 1st graders, and I realized we're not mature enough for that yet. I don't know if it's like the times that we live in or the area that I'm teaching in, but the kids that I'm with have not shown me yet that they can be responsible for something like this, and none of them are really, like, a few of them are riding, but not a lot of them, and a lot of them would like are getting discouraged in their riding. So yeah, currently no, we have not started that. It'll probably be something that happens after Christmas break if I do it at all. I don't know, just didn't end up happening. One of my cute ideas that I wanted to do and then didn't end up happening, but that's okay. That's okay. That happens sometimes. I'm trying to get this glare off of my, there we go. Number 5, question number 5 was, what state do you teach in? I teach in Tennessee. So there you go. That one was really simple. All right, sorry guys, had to change up where we were sitting a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and keep moving on. Question number 6 was, what kind of calming videos do you recommend for cloudy days, like we are getting some rain and chilly days? So this was in response to one of my videos. No one asked this question directly for this Q&A, but someone had posted it on my one of my daily vlogs, and I've heard it a few times. This is because in the mornings and when we're working, and sometimes in the afternoons before we dismiss, I'll usually try to play like a calming background sound or video. I used to do the Disney World ambiance, like the parks. I've also done Disney piano music in the background. That's pretty good. But this person was specifically asking because I was starting to do some fall ones. Honestly, I don't have specific ones. What I usually use is I go to YouTube and I just type in calming fall video background music for classroom or something like that. And I just listen through till I find one I like. Ones that have really harsh sounds aren't the best for my classroom specifically. It might work better for your classroom, but mine really need like a calming, like rain sound or something like that, or like a fire crackling. I also really love ones that have like waterfalls. Those ones are really good. Or if you don't want one like specifically for like cloudy days or stuff like that, literally search aquarium music for classroom, and it'll have these videos of like the ocean and like ocean animals and like calming background music. It is the best, because if I have kids that get done early, they know they just sit with their head down at their desk and they watch and see what different kinds of animals they can see in the water. So love those. That's kind of what I suggest. But if you have other recommendations, let me know below. I'm completely open to some. But yeah, that's the answer to that one. Our next question is question number 7. What is the weirdest thing to happen to you while teaching? So this one, I like kind of already had an idea of what I was gonna say, and now I'm like, should I say it? But I'm gonna go ahead and say it. The weirdest thing that happened to me is something I did not expect to happen, and nothing I had to deal with. I've had a kid go to the bathroom, like poop all over my carpet before, and not out of like a sick thing, out of a defiant thing to make me mad. I've had that happen. Also have a student currently who like hisses and meows at me like a cat. So kind of odd, but you know, we're working through it. I think honestly those are probably the weirdest things. I did have one kid when I taught kindergarten who was like in love with me, and like every day would tell me that I was like his best love and he was gonna get me a huge diamond ring. So like that wasn't necessarily like scary or like anything. It was just a little odd, but it was really cute. You know, he was in kindergarten, so he didn't understand like really what he was saying. But yeah, those are my little odd stories. If you want some more, I can definitely do some shorts or something like that on all of them. Film a few YouTube shorts for those. So I got a lot stacked up. If you haven't, I do like post like things my first graders say and stuff like that on my YouTube shorts. So if you want to check those out, they're pretty funny. But yeah, that's kind of my weirdest things that have happened to me in the classroom. Number 8 is similar. What is the best or sweetest thing that a student has ever done in your classroom? A lot of times you have kids that are like sweet. You know, I get pictures every week. I get pictures from kids who draw them at home and bring them to me. If a kid gets in trouble in class, you better believe I'm 100% getting a coloring page the next day or that same day because they feel bad and don't want to get in trouble. Pretty much every day I get those. And they're like, I'm sorry, Miss Myers, I love you. And like give me a paper, and I'm like, that's cool. You still have your consequence though. But that kind of thing. A lot of the students are like, the sweetest moments are honestly seeing them being nice to each other, not even just me, just to each other. When I was substituting for kindergarten one time last year, Not when I taught kindergarten, when I was subbing. There was a child who had cochlear implants, and I had to wear a microphone so that the child could hear me better. And one of the other students like was throwing a tantrum and screamed right into the microphone, and obviously that really hurt this other friend who had the cochlear implants. It hurt her ears, and she started crying. And I am not kidding when I say every single kid in that room stopped what they were doing and were like, oh, they hurt so-and-so's ears. And they were like, you can't do that. You have to be quiet, friend. Like, you'll hurt her ears. And honestly, that was like one of the sweetest things that I've personally seen, because it just showed how educated these students were about like their classmates' disability and like how much empathy they had for her. So that was really sweet. You could tell that the parents and the teacher had really talked about why it was so important for them to keep their voices down around the mic so that they didn't hurt their other friend's ear. So I really loved that. I think that's probably my cutest moment, and the one that I always like have in the back of my head. Like, I can remember it vividly. It was so cute. Question number 9. This is a big one. Do you think that the schools are getting better or worse for teachers? Now, honestly, I can't really speak to this because I've only taught post-COVID, and I've heard that it was wildly different before that. So, personally, in the past 2.5 years that I've been teaching, I have seen it kind of go. But when I taught 3rd grade, I loved it so much. I loved the school I was at, loved the support I was getting. The students were great. You had like the 1 or 2 that were sassy, but like I didn't really have like that much defiant issues. And if I did, they were easily solved with parent involvement or administration involvement. Taught kindergarten. It was bad. I think it was honestly just the school I was at was not for me. Those kids are not for me. The whole thing was not for me. This year I'm back at the school that I started teaching at when I taught 3rd grade, but I'm teaching 1st grade instead. And there's obviously been a drastic change in the whole school, all of the students. Even the 3rd grade team is struggling. So like I was like, man, I just wish I was back in 3rd grade. And I like went and looked at 3rd grade, and I was like, nope, I don't want to be with those kids. So I really just think it's the days and ages that we live in. It's just not going too great. I honestly think it's kind of like this at most schools. I've heard some pretty good things about some other schools. I've heard some pretty awful things about a lot of other schools. So overall, I can't speak for every teacher in every school, but for my area, I definitely think it's getting a lot worse very fast. And I don't really have any reasons for that. You could think the exact opposite, and that's your opinion. So yeah, in my opinion, it's getting worse. And I don't know if it's worth it. I'm like kind of deciding right now, is this what I want to do for the next 30 years of my life before retirement? So yeah, that's my answer. I hope that like answered it. Moving right along. Number 11 or 10. Oh, I have like one missing. Oh well. So number 10. What do you wish you knew before you started teaching? This one kind of goes along with the one before. I honestly just wish that I realized and like understood just how like rough the respect and problem had gotten in school. Like it all boils down to that respect problem, and like how hard it is to gain the respect of students, and not just to gain it but to keep it. I feel like at the beginning of the year I really had this under control, and like I had the respect of my students, and I don't know what's happened. I kind of just have lost it, and it's like trying to regain that in my students. It's like you regain it in one student and you lose it with another. And I never really understood just how challenging it is to keep that respect with so many different kids all at once while still teaching a curriculum and keeping everyone safe and also making it enjoyable. I never understood how tough that had gotten nowadays. And like, honestly, if I had, I probably wouldn't have gone into it, but here now. So yeah, that's like the one thing I wish I'd known before I started teaching, is just truly what the school environment was nowadays. Question number 11 is, which one did you like better? The Disney program, which I did the Disney college program, if you didn't know, this past summer. I did it for about 2.5, 3 months. But what did you like better, the Disney college program or teaching? This is a loaded question because while I was on my DCP, I had started it and loved it, but I really missed teaching. I missed like the act of teaching, not necessarily a class, like the classroom, but I missed being able to impart education and like that kind of thing. But the answer I have written down, because I wrote down little answers for a lot of these, it says, I loved the DCP, but missed teaching, which is true. And now I am teaching and not so loving it and really wish I had stayed in the DCP. If you didn't know, I ended up self-terming early. I was supposed to be there till January, and I only stayed until the end of July because I got this job offer, and like my leaders were like, oh, absolutely, you know, your career comes first. Disney will always be here if you end up wanting to come back. So that happened, and I really kind of wish I had just stayed. That has not been what I expected. Well, it halfway has, because I had a really bad experience teaching kindergarten, so I wasn't kind of halfway expecting it to be bad, but I kind of just lost my love for it, I guess you would say. So yeah, in answer to that question, the DCP was better for me. Honestly, working at Disney was so much better. And I'll probably go back one day. Question number 12. This is something I get pretty often on some of my videos, from one or two specific viewers, so I thought I would just address it in a video. I kind of made this question by combining a few of their different questions. So it's, have you ever thought about looking into some sort of testing service type companies, which is, you know, like Pearson's, they like do testing, and you can either help create tests or grade them. And honestly, this is not something I really looked into. I'm not sure how consistent that type of work would be, or if I would even like it. It would mostly be remote, I'm 100% sure. Like if the opportunity presented itself and like I thought I would enjoy it, I might be interested in exploring it in a little more detail, but at this point, not really. But that one question kind of pertains to question 13 as well, which is, would I consider like substituting or tutoring in Florida while working at Disney? So I've definitely thought about it. Whenever I was in Disney World, I was looking into tutoring companies or substituting in the area, but it's kind of hard when you're in the college program because you're working full-time. So I would kind of be working like 2 jobs full-time, or like a full-time and a part-time. And I don't really know if that's something that I personally could consistently handle. I've been very blessed to where I've not had to financially do that yet. It might come up in the future where I have to, and I do explore that. But if I do go back to working for Disney, I probably won't do any kind of teaching, like substituting, maybe tutoring online. But I have really looked into like creating like teachers pay teachers materials and stuff like that. I've done it a little bit. I have like a few things on there right now. Nothing big because I really haven't had the time, but maybe if I went back to work for Disney and like decided, hey, I really miss teaching, but I don't want to go back to classroom, maybe that's an outlet I could explore. That kind of thing. Okay, so yes, no, all the above, kind of, for that answer. The next question, 14, the next one was, did I like working in children's activities? Which that was my role when I was in Disney World. I worked children's activities. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially I host the pool parties, glow parties, movie under the stars, campfire. When it's raining and the pool's closed, I host indoor activities, that kind of thing at the resorts. So I wasn't in the parks, I was in the resorts. I was at All-Star Music, All-Star Sports, All-Star Movies, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village, and Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House. And technically I was supposed to be at Coronado Springs, I just never got trained for it. So I technically worked at 6 resorts, but I only ever actually was working at 5 of them. And I honestly loved it. It's the best job I've ever had. It reminded me a lot of when I was a camp counselor in college. I would like counsel over the summer at our church youth camp. It reminded me a lot of that because I still got to interact with guests and we had a fun time. But the thing with it is it wasn't like a classroom where I was in charge of all these children. The parents had to stay with them if they were under 12. And if a kid was under 12, like if there was like a a sibling who was 12 and a 5-year-old. That 12-year-old could not watch that 5-year-old. That 5-year-old's parent had to be there. And it just took a lot of the pressure off of me, so that I could just have fun and help the kids have fun and just kind of make those magical moments with them. It's honestly, I think, the best role probably at Disney World, other than my dream role at Disney World, which would just be, if I ever did go back to work there, I would want to either work in children's activities or possibly attractions, but only like attractions like possibly Hall of Presidents, because that's like really educational, or the American Adventure in Epcot, or what was the other one? The Safari or Rafiki's Planet Watch, something that like has like a lot of really high guest interaction, but it's like more educational kind of based. Or my like dream role would be a professional internship with them doing the Wilderness Explorers, which I've not had the opportunity to apply for ever, but and I don't think I will technically at this point, but it would be really fun. If you don't know what that is, essentially it's these people in Animal Kingdom who are set up at different stations, and they are the like the Wilderness Explorer troop leaders or whatever, and they just give little educational spiels about different animals, environments, that kind of thing, to raise awareness and conservationship. And they hand out little like stickers as badges, so the kids can earn their badges to become a wilderness explorer. So it's something really cute, and that would be my dream role. But I loved working in children's activities. 100% would recommend it to anyone who's wanting to do it. I think it's probably the best option you can get when working on the college program. The next few questions are pretty much Disney based, and then at the very end there's like one or two that are not Disney based. Question number 15 is, what is your favorite Disney park? So my favorite Disney park, this is a loaded question, Hollywood Studios, because I love Tower of Terror and I love the vibe of Hollywood Studios. But while I was living down there and working, Animal Kingdom grew on me so fast. It used to be my least favorite park. Now I think it might be my favorite. I really love Hollywood Studios, but like Animal Kingdom like is so relaxed and chill, and the hours it like closes pretty early, so like for that reason I don't think it can be my favorite. But like it's so easy to just get a reservation for there, because you never have to like want a reservation there. They're always open, and I could easily like be like, I'm not gonna go to a park today, and then realize actually I do want to go to a park, and I could like spend like 3 hours in Animal Kingdom, get most of the rides that I like done, eat some pretty good food, have a nice refreshing drink. If I wanted to go see animals, I could walk down one of the trails they had and just stare at some animals. If I wanted to learn something, I could go up to a Wilderness Explorer leader and listen to a little spiel. It's Tough to Be a Bug is one of my favorite like little shows. Everest is my favorite ride besides Tower of Terror. Yeah, it's just like all over. And then like Pandora World of Avatar area in Animal Kingdom, like at night, is so aesthetically pleasing and calming. Like the whole park of Animal Kingdom just gives calming vibes, and like that when I was working there is definitely what I needed, and it was amazing. So Hollywood Studios is my favorite, but Animal Kingdom definitely also holds a part of my heart. Question number 16 is, what is my favorite Disney snack? My favorite Disney snack for a drink is Joffrey's chai. Joffrey's is like the coffee company essentially that Disney uses. There are Starbucks in the Disney parks, but Joffrey's is like kind of like their specialty. It's like, I think it's local to Florida, and their chai is amazing. They also have not real straws, but not paper straws, so always a plus. It's like these biodegradable straws that don't like disintegrate while you're drinking your drink, which if you didn't know, all of Disney World uses paper straws, which is great for conservationship and for the turtles. But when I want to drink a soda and it's a paper straw and it just disintegrates, not the best. So love their straws. But their chai is my favorite drink. My favorite snack, I think Joffrey's has really good donuts, so like a donut with that would be really good. I also really love any kind of chicken tender. I'm a good chicken tender girl. Or corn dogs. I love corn dogs. So those would be kind of my favorite snacks. Not very like Disney specific, but you know. question number 17 like is very close to this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it too. Question 17 is, what is your favorite Disney restaurant? This is also kind of a complicated question. It has multiple tiers. Crystal Palace is my favorite character dining because I love Winnie the Pooh. And the breakfast buffet was the best I've ever had at Disney. So for character dining, Crystal Palace is my favorite. For like a sit down restaurant, I really haven't been to any but two. I've been to Boma and I've been to Sci-Fi Dine-In. And just for theming, Sci-Fi Dine-In was my favorite. Also, they had a really good milkshake. And then quick service, my favorite one is in Magic Kingdom. It's Casey's Corner, which is where they have the corn dog nuggets. But honestly, anywhere that has chicken tenders or a kid's cheeseburger, I'll eat. I'm pretty picky, so there are a lot of places like Epcot. There's not a lot for me to eat because I don't like a lot of stuff. I'll usually go to Creations at Epcot and get a slice of pizza, but I'm pretty picky. So really, as long as it has chicken tenders, I'm gonna enjoy my time. So those are all like the Disney related questions. If you have more Disney questions, let me know down below. Disney is really like what I love talking about, and it's kind of like my calm, if that makes sense, because teaching is so hectic. So that's why I've been talking a lot about it a lot more lately, because I've been so stressed with school. I kind of don't want I don't want my whole channel to be me complaining about my job. So here's a happy outlet, Disney. So if you have any more Disney questions, let me know down below. I'll be happy to answer them. But question 18, I've gotten a few times, and this is if I'm gonna do Vlogmas this year. If you didn't know, in I think 2021, yeah, Christmas of 2021, I did Vlogmas, and I saw a huge drop in subscribers and views. And I don't know if it's because the content I was creating at the time was more like these kind of sit down videos, so like Vlogmas didn't make sense. I don't really, maybe like I was just trying to push out too much content and it was like not good quality. But I did it in 2021 or 2020, Christmas 2020, I think, I don't even know, y'all. And it was doing so bad on this channel that I actually created a second channel just for vlogs, and that did even worse. So I might try it. Let me know down below if y'all like Vlogmas or not, because if you don't, I don't want to do it, because like that's just a bunch of effort for nothing. But I would love to do it. It'd be fun. So let me know down below if you would like Vlogmas. I might try out this week because I'm off of school, vlogging every day to see, one, if I can sustain it, and two, see how my analytics go and if you guys enjoy it. But tentatively, yes, Vlogmas. But if y'all tell me no and like it's a very like hard no, then no, I won't do it. But maybe, possibly, maybe like instead of, I usually post 3 videos a week, which I didn't this last week. This last week I only posted 2, but usually I post 3 full-length videos. So maybe if y'all don't want Vlogmas, I'll do like, instead of just doing 3 videos a week, I'll do every other day. So like 4 to 5 videos a week. Yeah, well, let me know down below what you think. Our final question, question number 19. I thought I had 20 questions, but I only have 19. That makes you really annoyed, but oh well. So 19 is, how was your trip to New York? If you didn't know, I went to New York like a week, no, 2 weeks ago, over 2 weeks ago. And it was super fun. I had lots of fun. I was going to vlog it, but I ended up going with my sister, my cousin, and then a girl from our church. And my sister I vlog with some. My cousin knows I vlog, but like she's not really like, I haven't really ever asked her if she wants to be in a vlog. And then the other girl that came with us does not know I vlog, so I was not very comfortable asking, so I just decided to not do and just enjoy myself. And we had a really fun time. We went to a lot of museums, which was great for me because I love museums. We went to the Met, we went to the Museum of Natural History, and then we kind of just walked around, tried some local foods, went to Central Park, took the subway a lot, you know, just kind of enjoyed it. We were only there from like Thursday night, well, actually like Friday morning at 1 a.m. until like Sunday in the afternoon. So we didn't have that much time. We were going to possibly see a show or go to a hockey game, but we couldn't really find any good price tickets. So we honestly, every day we spent about over an hour in our room in the middle of the day just taking a nap. So it was a really relaxing but fun trip. So had a really fun time. So that's all the questions I honestly got. I don't really know how to end this. If you have any other questions you want to know about me, you can go ahead and watch my other video. I did just look and see when I posted that last video, and it was like June of last year, so like 18 months ago. So that's pretty out of date. I probably should have done this a long time ago, but if you have any questions that aren't answered in that video, then go ahead and let me know down below. Like I said, I am going to try to post possibly every day this week. I think I'm going to go ahead and post this video right now tonight. So you'll have a late Sunday night video, and then have something posted for tomorrow, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I'll kind of look over my analytics on Sunday and see if I want to keep posting daily for Vlogmas. So let me know all your opinions below. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to stay updated on all the content that will be coming soon, and I will catch y'all in the next one.